Proximity to the ring has lifted many fights, even preliminary bouts, to world title proportions. But in the 36 years of boxing shows, the Blue Horizon has never played host to an actual world championship fight. There have been 27 world champs who have climbed through the ropes here, all future and former world champions, but never a world title fight in front of the most ardent fight enthusiasts. Until tonight, when one of Philadelphia's own, Charles Brewer, whose career through twists and turns played out in front of the Blue Horizon crowd. An unheralded Brewer climbed to number 6 in the world, going about his business of knocking guys out. When he lost his footing for a while and lost 3 or 4 fights and tasted the canvas, he still did not lose his vision. Brewer came up off the canvas to win 6 straight, forged back into contention, and capped it off in June with a 5-round destruction over Gary Ballard for the IBF Super Middleweight Title. Thankful for the undying support from his Philadelphia fans, Brewer makes his first world title defense at the Blue tonight, bringing the first world title fight to the legendary boxing monument, epitomized by Brewer.
They know that I bring a style to a fight that is going to be pleasing. It's going to be action-packed no matter what. You know, I'll make a fight out of, if it doesn't have to be a fight, I'll make it a fight, you know, and I've done it in the past.
And that's why they've embraced you?
Exactly. So, like, you know, the Blue Horizon, Philadelphia in general is blood, sweat, and tears. And the Blue Horizon on fight night, that's exactly what they want to see.
And that's what you are.
That's what I have been.
Which sets up a crowd-pleasing matchup against Boston's scrappy Joey DeGrandis. His rugged, relentless attack is a throwback to the days of some of his idols, like Rocky Marciano and Jake LaMotta.
If you look at the way they fought, it kind of resembles me. I mean, they were dogs, and I like that, man. You know, that's what people want to see, and this is the fight game. That's what this is all about. Go in there and do whatever you can. Hit the arms, punch the arms, punch the elbows. You know what I mean? Just keep working and working until something happens.
So the odds tonight that something will happen when Brewer and DeGrandis come face to face.
We are live from the legendary Blue Horizon here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, as Peltz Boxing Promotions and Budweiser, the king of beers, proudly present USA Network's main event. It's the International Boxing Federation Super Middleweight Championship. And boxing fans, I might add, it's the first ever world title fight held here at the Blue Horizon. Is approved by the Pennsylvania State Athletic Commission, the Honorable George Bocchetto, Commissioner, Greg Serb, Executive Director, and is sanctioned by the IBF, its President, the Honorable Robert W. Lee, Sr. The advisory for the IBF is Darrell Peoples from Fanwood, New Jersey. The judges, Dr. Clark Sammartino from Providence, Rhode Island, Miss Jean Williams from Atlantic City, New Jersey, and George Hill from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of this scheduled 12-round super middleweight bout, referee Rudy Battle, and I might add as well, he is working his 80th world title fight. And now, my good friends, introducing the principals. First in the red corner, wearing the white trunks with the black trim. He weighed in at an even 168 pounds. He has 23 wins, 3 losses with 11 knockouts. He is currently ranked number 11 by the IBF. From South Boston, Massachusetts, ladies and gentlemen, here is the challenger, Joey DeGrandis. DeGrandis. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with the red trim. He weighed in at 166.5 pounds. This young man has 29 wins, 5 losses with 20 knockouts. From North Philadelphia, he is the IBF Super Middleweight Champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, from North Philadelphia, here is Charles the Hatchet Brewer. Brewer.
Okay, gentlemen, you both received your pre-fight instructions. I expect a clean break at all times. No punching after the bell. Let's have a nice, clean contest. Any questions here? Touch gloves. Good luck to you.
Charles Brewer has been experimenting with his style, but he says, now I'm back to what got me to the top of boxing. I'm back to a brawler. He enjoys putting the pressure on. However, he still has the versatility to be a boxer.
And Joey DeGrandis has the dimension to be a slugger, scrappy, tough. And his idea is to get inside and go to the body of Brewer. But Brewer, again, with that long reach advantage, starting out with the left jab to keep DeGrandis at bay and to look for his shot. Brewer is a terrific puncher. 20 knockouts in 29 wins, and 16 have come in the first 3 rounds. There's DeGrandis with the left going upstairs to Brewer. DeGrandis feels if he could get Brewer into a slugfest, that he has the edge, and there is DeGrandis inside.
Joey DeGrandis has never tasted the canvas. Never been down.
He has won 10 in a row, and in his last 10 he has 7 knockouts, so he has been upping the KO punching power. He has but 11 for his 26 fights, but he is taking a large step up here against the world champion. DeGrandis is ranked at number 11 in the IBF. An overachiever. He has given some nice efforts against some good fighters, but has never really beaten a legitimate contender. And here he is thrust in the world championship. He is extremely confident. He is in the backyard of the champion. And right now, DeGrandis trying to find his spots, as you can see him dig into the body of Brewer. That is his game. Angling inside, going to the body. He says his opponents need steel in their stomachs to withstand the constant pounding that he inflicts.
He says in the ring, I'm powerful, but I'm working more on my boxing ability, DeGrandis does. His best punch is the left hook. He has always wanted to fight at the Blue Horizon, and he realizes he's taking on the Blue Horizon's own fighter in Charles Brewer, but he says they love a good effort. Speaking of the fans here, they're very knowledgeable about their boxing, and they understand if a kid comes in and he tries to fight.
DeGrandis certainly has a style that would make him a Blue Horizon favorite. But there he takes that strong left by Charles Brewer that moves Joey D back.
Yeah, look at the back on Brewer, too. Look at the muscles in his back. Just the span. That's why he's got a 78-inch reach.
DeGrandis may give away a couple of shots to the body, as you've seen a couple of times, though. He's been able to unleash the left and catch the side of the face of Brewer. Down to 30 seconds to go in round number 1 of the scheduled 12-round World Championship bout. Charles Brewer, who won the title from Gary Ballard in June in a dominating fight. He put Ballard down with the first shot, floored him at 30 seconds of the first round. Rocked him in the second, wobbled him in the third, dominated the fourth, floored him twice in the fifth to win it. What do you do for an encore? Well, you bring the first title defense to your hometown. Sure, Ballard. Toughest seat in town here at the Blue Horizon. North Broad Street in Philadelphia, witnessing the first world title fight, and their own Charles Brewer is the world champion. IBF Super Middleweight. He is on the left. Joey DeGrandis from Boston, the 28-year-old. Nothing fancy, says Joey DeGrandis. They just come in there to grind it out and find a way to win.
And watch his
head. That left hook.
Yeah. Wide swinging left hook. Wild left hook. This is the most difficult, the two most difficult times to fight in boxing. Right after Thanksgiving, you miss all the beautiful Thanksgiving dinner, and then right after Christmas is a horrible, horrible time to fight too, because you miss that Christmas dinner. You get to open your presents. Brewer weighed in today 166.5. DeGrandis 168. DeGrandis putting the pressure on. You see that wild swinging left? That is dangerous.
Oh, socking away his Brewer. Again, remember, Joey DeGrandis has never been down in a fight. Charles Brewer has, and DeGrandis knows it. There is DeGrandis. A left hook has scored for DeGrandis here. And he is looking to, he'll give away a few punches to get that one in, knowing the suspect chin of Brewer because of those 3 knockdowns. And there, a low blow. Rudy Battle says keep him up, but Brewer does not get any time. DeGrandis also looking at the stat sheet, knows that Brewer has 16 of his 20 knockouts in the first 3 rounds. Brewer, after the third, DeGrandis feels not the same fighter power-wise. Brewer says if that's what he thinks, he's making a big mistake. Brewer now opening it up. DeGrandis also had to go through a feeling out process in the first round. Imagine, even though he's a tough, confident kid, first round of a world championship fight, this is what it's all about for DeGrandis to get to this point. And in also the backyard of his opponent, the champion. So he had to get those 3 minutes out of the way, feeling out process, and now feels a little more confident, a little looser.
Yeah, and get those pre-fight jitters off your back. DeGrandis got into boxing when he was 9 or 10 years old. He started in South Boston at some of their smokers. Went 28-2 as an amateur before turning pro. Back in June of 1990, Jason Burrell. There's a good left hook by DeGrandis. Just what Joey is hoping for. He's hoping for an early knockout or get into the fight 4th, 5th, 6th rounds.
Fired away is Brewer. But DeGrandis wants to get Brewer into the slugfest and hope to catch him.
At the end of the second round, look at this combination from Brewer. Over the top, buckled the knees of DeGrandis, and then an uppercut from Brewer. His left hook is the best punch, and he can turn that into an uppercut.
DeGrandis showing you the kind of chin that he has.
Yeah, very tough kid. Charles Brewer, naturally left-handed, but he boxes right-handed, so his most of his power is in that left. Another confusing because most right-handed fighters who fight you from a right-handed stance, you've got to watch out for their right.
Charles Brewer, fighter with many dimensions. Joey DeGrandis just really doesn't know where he's going to be coming from, but Charles Brewer knows where Joey DeGrandis is coming from, and we're coming just forward. And Charles Brewer looking to unleash that power, but he's fighting a fire plug. DeGrandis standing back. He's not turning this into an inside game. He said he's not going to stand out at the end of Brewer's punches. Look where he is right now after that shot that ended the second round.
Yeah, he didn't like that, and he is trying to mix in some more boxing with his brawling style. Big step up in competition, though, for him. He has been 10 rounds only one time in his career. Good left hook. The guns of Charles Brewer. You know, Charles Brewer has fought here so much, he should call this his brewery. The Blue Horizon.
His brewery.
Yes. There you go.
14 professional fights at the Blue for Brewer, and they have seen the ups and the downs, and that's why the crowd here has embraced him. Philadelphia kid who grew up in front of them, plus he never quit even through some very rough spots in his career, and here he is, a world champion. Al Albert along with the champ Sean O'Grady at the Blue Horizon on USA's Tuesday Night Fights. Our third consecutive world championship. Last week, Shane Mosley winning the lightweight title, defending his crown, his first title defense against the very game Manuel Gomez in El Paso, Texas. 2 weeks before that, Bernard Hopkins defending his IBF middleweight crown against Andrew Council in Council's backyard right outside of Washington, D.C. in the Maryland area. Bernard Hopkins, by the way, on hand here tonight in his hometown, Philadelphia, checking out Charles Brewer. And the possibility of Hopkins going up to 168 and fighting Brewer for that title.
Interested spectators taking notes.
But DeGrandis has accomplished one thing. He has taken Brewer out of the danger zone, the red zone, the first 3 rounds, in which Charles has 16 of his 20 knockouts. And if he gets through this 4th, Brewer with only 2 knockouts on his ledger past the 4th round. Although Brewer just shakes off that notion, whether that would be effective. Right now, Brewer certainly looking the fresher of the 2 fighters. Joey DeGrandis keeps on coming forward no matter how much leather he tastes. Terrific courage, and that has been his persona in the ring.
DeGrandis had 5 KOs after 3. 11 KOs in his 23 wins for Joey DeGrandis.
But his latest knockout that was in the 8th round. Hitting a little low is DeGrandis. Rudy Battle says to keep it up. DeGrandis cracks inside.
You got to watch the top of the head. In fact, they told Charles Brewer between rounds, keep your hands up so you don't get head-butted by DeGrandis.
Brewer sledgehammer shots. Thick puncher.
Very hard hitter, but DeGrandis knows that. DeGrandis is wincing to kind of keep from getting hit, moving his head enough to stay out of the way of the punches of Brewer, taking some of the shots, but he's tough. It is more difficult to knock out an opponent if he knows you're going to hit him hard. A lot of times you got to feel around for that knockout blow. You got to lower your opponent into a false sense of security and then tax him.
Brewer in and then gets out, then goes back in again. Nice combination, upstairs, downstairs. Nothing back from DeGrandis, who's looking for an opening. Again, that left hook effective for Joey D.